Hello everyone, I hope you're cozy and welcome to my video essay on Kulapari. So, one night I'm just scrolling through Netflix and I'm pretty notorious for finding shows that I like to watch and then not actually watching, and then when people suggest shows, viciously shooting them down. Um, Either I can't choose or I don't want other people to choose, or both. So, anyway, I was scrolling through Netflix on the search bar through all the frog stuff, hoping to find something that wasn't made for babies. Why is all the frog stuff made for children? Um, so anyway, me and my not child self continue to scroll past documentaries for literal babies and Cocomelon for some reason when I reached Kulapari. It honestly felt like Ascension, but the only thing that was putting me off was it said it was made for 7-year-olds. So I added it to my Netflix list and then I continued on my merry way for a bit until a few weeks later when I actually wanted to just like watch something. Um, just a side note, like if it was so good, why didn't I watch it then? I was blindsided by the absolute gem that I had found, and I needed time to just process how magnificent the show was. Um, when I first loaded up the show, my thoughts were, what is this? I was enraptured, I was enthralled. It was one of the first shows where there didn't really seem to be any filler episodes or weird timage. I mean, like, rising action began very quickly in the show, but I didn't really mind that. It got me hooked like quickly, and it really like overall got me interested in the plot. But one like question became extremely present. Why hadn't I heard of this before? I was prime age for this show and between 5 and 10 when it came out. So almost the exact target demographic. And I had watched almost everything from Scooby Doo, My Little Pony, Jake and Neverland Pirates, Ninjago, Octonauts. I had watched everything. So why wasn't this on my radar? Um, Basically, like I said, the I was in the prime like target demographic for the show. In August of 2016, the first comic of An Army of Frogs, Kulapari Heritage releases. And then the final comic of the show and releases in November 2016. And then, sometime before 2017 ends, season 1 of Kulapari and Army of Frogs releases in 2017. Then, in March 8th of 2017, season 2 of Kulapari debuts. It's Kulapari Dreamwalker. And then around that time, between 2017 and 2018, 3 contemplation movies, compilation? Oh man, I can't pronounce words. 3 summary movies of season 1 are released on Google Play, iTunes, and Amazon. Kulapari and Army of Frogs, Kulapari Mercenaries, and Kulapari Amphibians Rise. Sometime between 2017 and 2018. A graphic novel called Kulapari Warflower was supposed to be released on January 1st of 2019, but was cancelled. And then in February, on the 23rd of February this year, 2023, seasons 1 and 2 are added to Hulu, and then the third season is announced and will be released at the end of 2023. And then in 2024, there's supposed to be a CGI film reboot of the first season. So this whole timeline, which is centered between 2016 to 2018, which is the exact time I had been most prevalent, like on YouTube and such. Not YouTube, but Netflix, other streaming services. Um, that was when the show reached its, I guess, its production point. And so, although the second season was removed off Netflix at some point, the first one still remained, and somehow the show had made enough money to warrant more to warrant another season without becoming mainstream. And we've seen some big shows get canceled even when they have the fan base to support it. So my question is why? I don't think this show had the fan base, because I didn't find a lot online about it. And I talked to like some of my friends, um, and people of various ages, and nobody had really heard of it. And then even like my TV addict sibling had, who has probably reached like the depths of Netflix and YouTube, didn't know anything about it. But as I continued to do my research, I stumbled across a interview between the creator of Kulapari and Business Insider. Um, Now, when I was doing my initial research, I had like seen the name for the creator like tossed about, but I don't really know anything about like popular culture. So his name was kind of lost on me until that interview. And so Kulapari was created by Trevor Price, a two-time Super Bowl champion. The story of Kulapari was turned down many times before being produced on Trevor's own dime, and then shortly after that, during creation, a distribution deal was made with Netflix. Trevor Price, in an interview with Business Insider, the one I was referencing earlier, said that he had no hesitations bankrolling the entire show to begin with. Um, so, if okay, wait, let me back up. He also said that he thought this show was exactly what people wanted. And so my question is, if it was, why didn't it take off more? Well, my solution to that question is that the show was also, it dealt with a little bit darker content. There's a few on-screen deaths, and though they're simplistic and clean without any gritty details, it's something that scared producers off. Throughout watching the series and doing the research on this amazing, silly show, I've come to realize that it doesn't really matter if it never took off. I think that Trevor bankrolled the show because he truly cared about it, and because of the money he was making outside of it, it didn't really matter if he made money off of it. I believe that the true vision that Trevor held was he just wanted to see his idea come to light and just reach full fruition so that people could enjoy it. In the same interview with Business Insider, he also described himself as a creative brain and mentioned he had many projects and deals with producers and sponsors, which furthermore proves that money wasn't the reason. I wholeheartedly believe that Kulapari exists because one guy decided to take an idea and, regardless of what anyone else said, believed in it wholeheartedly. He just wanted someone to watch the very thing he believed in and loved and hoped that they would love it too. So, anyway, that was my video essay on Kulapari. It's a really amazing show. I recommend you check it out if you want to. I will be doing a plot analysis of it at some point, whenever I get around to it. So, yeah, I hope you had a good time and thanks for stopping by.